Okay, we have y equals sine the quantity 7x plus pi over 9. So first we want the amplitude, and that will be what's sitting out in front here, so the amplitude is 1. Next we want the period. The period for sine is 2 pi divided by omega, and omega is what's sitting in front of that x, so it's going to be 2 pi over 7. So our period is going to be 2 pi sevenths. And then our phase shift, we've got a couple of choices, but on ones that are kind of this style that we see right here, it's easiest to take our angle, the stuff in the parentheses, and we're going to take that 7x plus pi over 9 and put it equal to 0 and solve it for x, and that will tell me how much we're shifting in the x direction. So let's go ahead and move the pi over 9, so it's negative pi over 9, and then we're going to divide both sides by 7, which is just the same as multiplying by 1/7, and so x is going to be negative pi over 63. So our phase shift is negative pi over 63, an interesting phase shift. Now the other way you can do it, and it's equivalent, I think it's easiest to set the stuff that's inside the parentheses equal to 0 and solve it. But if you want to try and match the form where you can tell the phase shift, then what you'd want to do is take this and factor a 7 out. And when you factor a 7 out, how do you factor 7 out of pi ninths? Well, you need to put a 7 down in the denominator, so that if you were to distribute this back through, the 7s would cancel and leave you the pi over 9. So if you have it written like this, then you know when there's no coefficient here on the x that the phase shift is going to be the opposite sign of this, which is negative pi 63rds. Probably easiest to just do it like this, but you can do it either way.